All right, we are live. Here we go. All right, guys. Welcome back to the channel. This is my second live stream. So I am still figuring things out here and do have a little bit different setup than last time. Starting a little earlier than last time. And it's going to be a little bit different today. Let's see. All right. So thank you guys who came to the last live stream and participated and hung out with me. Um, I do think Sunday's probably going to be a good day for me to do these. I'm not sure what time, but we're kind of playing around with it still. So bear with me as I figure this out. Um, since the last live stream, I was only able to do one video. I did post it though. It is a video on the Knights of the Slice, Toy Pizza, Pirates of Dark Water, Ron. Took me a while to memorize that. I actually started about 5 videos, but I was only able to complete one. That was the Ron video, so I did post it, and the other 4 are in different. They're almost done, but they're all in different places. So hopefully, I can get at least 2 of those done here in the next day or 2 and post them. So look forward to those coming out. 2 of them are the 2 of the 4 are the GI Joe, the Cobra Commander, and the Firefly from Hiya Toys. Those 2 are a little bit longer, so they're taking longer to complete. So look forward to those coming out soon. And I think that's it for now. I did pick out some stuff that I wanted to talk about today that hopefully will interest you because it interests me. It's definitely not all of the 118 and 375 news that has come out in the last 2 weeks or more, but it is the stuff that I kind of wanted to talk about tonight. Of course, if you hear in the live chat, we can always at the end talk about anything that you want, or if you catch this later on the replay in the comments below, maybe be a good topic for the next live stream that I do. All right, so let's see if I can do this. Wanted to talk about a few different things today. One of the things that I'm doing different this stream than last stream that I'm trying out is I have a second monitor now. Felt like last time I lost a little bit of the chat because I couldn't see it while I was showing you guys what I was looking at and talking about it because I'm working on a smaller laptop screen. So now I have a second monitor over here. So hopefully I can have them both going at the same time so I can see the chat. I can show you what I'm talking about at the same time. Okay, well, let's see if I can actually do it. I'm going to share the screen. And let's see. I'm going to share this one. Okay, there we go. All right. So grab a little cup of coffee that I've got here. All right. So again, these are just a couple of the things that I picked out that I wanted to talk about. It's not everything. I'm sure I'm missing something that someone else wants to talk about. So just let me know. We'll come back around to it. All right. So this week, Big Bad Toy Store in association, in cooperation, conjunction, however you want to say that, and Fresh Monkey Fiction put up a brand new Eagle Force figure for pre-order. It looks pretty darn good. It is, they're calling him Star Commanders. And you can see here, he is a sci-fi figure. Looks pretty darn good. This is a great, I think, offering for an army builder for this type of a offering, you know, from Big Bad and Fresh Monkey, because there's so many characters in one. So this would, you know, appeal to a lot of people. If you just wanted one, if you just wanted one of these heads for one of these characters, or you have Eagle Force, Fresh Monkey Fictions already, they're always compatible. So any of these heads and helmets and hats should work on other figures of this line. So this is a great offering. You've got actually 6 different heads or 6 different characters possibly here. Um, this backpack, most of this stuff is reused. We've seen before. Even the body, the buck, I think is something that we've seen before. But again, a new arrangement, new paint job, accessories that wouldn't protect it. Hey, Sentinel, how you doing? Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Just going through the sort of the news of the last 2 weeks that interests me. If I miss anything that you want to talk about, let me know here at the end, and we'll talk about it. I just started, and I was saying that I think this is a really, really good offering from Fresh Monkey Fiction and Big Bad Toy Store. There's a lot of character selection here with the 6 different heads. Pretty good. I love the cowboy hat. This guy's for pre-order. I think he comes out, it says next year. So it doesn't hurt to go ahead and pre-order this guy. You could always cancel. They're not going to charge you till he shows up. And I think it says fall of next year or Q3 of next year. Right there, yeah, third quarter of 25. So could be a good pickup. It could be a good pickup. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna see if this Sentinel, let me know if that changes anything for you. I just added you as a moderator. So yeah, so I think this is a great offering. I did pre-order this one. Love the offering, love the helmet. The only one I'm not so yeah, see, I was just gonna say, Sentinel, the chimp head is the only one I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with. But it's funny, it's cool. It'll fit on any Eagle Force figure. So, you can use it in more and more. I'm pretty sure if I remember, the Eagle Force figures use the double barbell head joint. So that will work on almost any. That will work. You're welcome. You're welcome, Sentinel. That'll work on almost any, figure that uses the double barbell joint. I think the Vintage Collection does. Most of the Boss Fight Studio figures do. So it's a great figure. Got the bubble helmet. I think it's a great offering. It's an army builder or it's a singular character. A lot going on here. And again, it's nice to, in one sense, you can, pre-order it now and you don't have to worry about paying for it or anything for quite some time, at least almost a year, right? So very nice, very nice. All right, and I did pre-order this one. If I did, yes, 6 heads, 6 different characters if you want there. But I like it. I like this buck. I have it, a couple times over now, but not in this color, not with these heads, definitely. I only have one version of this backpack, this jetpack, and that came with that Necromancer. So I'm looking forward to getting some more of those. It's a really good backpack, the jetpack there. But nice figure. I did read on their he did a question and answer on his Facebook, on the Fresh Monkey Facebook page, and he did say that this one didn't have a minimum order quantity, so they're going to make it no matter what. Sometimes in those last pre-orders that they did, they had to sell so many. I'm sure you remember that. I think it was like 500 or 200 or something. Like there was a minimum order, but he said this one was going no matter what, regardless of how many they pre-ordered, they pre-sold. So I guess technically you could wait if you wanted, but I know that the last wave or two, especially if you go there now to Big Bad and you look up for Eagle Force stuff, which we could do, there's not much left. There's really not much left. If you go down here and you say hide the pre-order, hide the sold out. There's not much left. Look at that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 single figures left. And then, you know, you if you wanted a whole wave, because they sell out because they just don't make a lot. So I would advise you, if you know, if you really want this one, to go ahead and pre-order it. You know, you're not going to have to pay for a year. So that's what I did. But I think it's a great offering. I think they might even have one more before this month is over. I think they might even have one more. I'm not quite sure. Um, I mean, Big Bad might be offering one more fresh one because they did do 2 of the 6-inch figures. So I'm hoping they'll do one more of the 118. Okay, so we talked about that. Great figure. Thought we'd talk a little bit about the Star Wars, the New York City Comic Con. I think today's the last day, I think. Most of it didn't pertain to me and my collecting because of the scale. Hi, Pinker, how you doing? Welcome. Welcome to the party. But there were a couple things, and this probably being the biggest thing to me is the vintage collection is, you know, probably my number one line, my favorite line. Hey, Jeff, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Just talking about we just got to the Star Wars Vintage Collection here from the New York City Comic Con. Some of the stuff that Hasbro announced. I guess it's not for pre-order till Wednesday, sometime Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon. Not a lot of things, but I think the quality was there. You know, not a lot of quantity with this one. I think the quality was there. So let's take a look at it. We've got what are they calling this guy? I'm calling him the dog. He is called here's the name on that guy. The Howler, and Sabine Wren from Peridia. He looks pretty darn good. Can't wait to get this. I think that looks pretty good. Lots of articulation. Looks like it does come with an extra set of legs, so you can have them in the sit down and lay down position here. They redesigned and re-engineered the helmet for Sabine. If you've got this figure before, you know how big and awkward that helmet was that fit over her head. Wish it came with the Ezra. Yeah, that's a good point. I wonder now, though, if he will, you know, because they have this dog, this Howler. I would think that they would want to sell him as many, you know, do the Hasbro way and sell him as many ways as they can. Ezra did ride one in the show, if I remember correctly, and in that outfit that she sort of found him in. So I would think they would have to give us that figure with the Howler, or I guess they could release the Howler separate, but I don't think they would do that. But it brings to a point too, though, that I'm glad that they're getting back to creatures. You know, we had the Blurg, now we've got the Howler. You know, a new Wampa would be great. What else? There's a lot of creatures. It would be nice for them to get back in the creature game. That's what makes this scale so fun. And they really just have sort of abandoned it, but I guess the Blurg was successful. And I guess compared to the Blurg, how many years did we have to wait for the Blurg? 3 years, maybe 4 years for the Blurg. And this one, if it comes out next year, maybe half that time. So maybe they're catching up a little bit. The Sabine also, it's a good Sabine too. This is a good Sabine. The part about it that failed was that head, that helmeted head. But now you have a separate head, a double barbell joint, so you just pop it in and out. It comes with the soft goods. It feels like a good selection here. The dog, the Howler, Sabine. Sabine is carded inside the box. I like it. I like it. Again, a good choice. A good choice. She looks so much better now with the head, with the right size, the right scale head. Very nice. Very nice. And the soft goods too. I know a lot of people they're going to take this soft goods right off of Sabine and put it on another figure. Um, why not? Why not? But yeah, it looks really good. And this Sabine is a good figure. It's got all the modern articulation. I think the only thing she's missing, and it seems like Hasbro's had a real problem with it, is giving the female joint, the wrist joints, the hinge. And I think they mentioned one time it's because the wrist is so small on the females. But that looks great. I think that looks great. Um, let's go back. Let's see. So it looks like I'm just going off this picture. It looks like here the Howler doesn't have the saddle, but on this diagram, but on this one it does. And most of the photos, it looks like it does. I'm just curious if that saddle will come off of the Howler. It looks like it might. It's hard to tell. What do you guys think? I know we haven't gotten the Balin yet. Yeah, they didn't show that either. No pipelines again. No pipelines in this last show. No ghost. Still haven't seen anything with the ghost yet. But I think that saddle, I think it might come off. Oh no, because it looks like it's going through the jaw there. Yeah, no, maybe that is molded right on. All right. There's the Snowtrooper. Snowtrooper. Love this figure. Great army builder. I did just vote for this one. Remember in the last live stream I did, he was in the contest, and I did vote for this guy. So it's great to see that they're gonna do him. Looks fantastic. Hopefully the saddle comes off and the torso is not molded for it. Yeah, it's hard to tell, huh? Okay, so a little behind. Oh, are you okay? Yeah, that Blurgus. It's awesome. It's a great creature. You're gonna like it, and that saddle does come off of that blurg, and it doesn't have the mark or the molded. At least I think so. I can't remember. But yeah, we'll see. It looks great though. We got some bone, little cantina. That cantina almost looks like it comes off. I don't think it does, but yeah, great offering. Great offering. The Snowtrooper here. I think this is a great army builder. Way overdue for an update. Definitely picking this one up. A lot of weathering on the boot. Looks like he's got all new hips. Got the soft goods. Doesn't look like the helmet comes off. I'm okay with that. Good figure, though. Good figure. This is one of those figures that should be evergreen. They should always have a stormtrooper, a death trooper, snow trooper. There's so many different stormtroopers. There kind of should always be one in a wave, just always on the shelf for kids to pick up, for collectors too. But I think this guy looks great. Looks great. Definitely be picking up as many of these as I can. Yeah, rocker ankle. Design of the pack there. Armor looks awesome. Looks like the armor is attached to the shoulder, so it won't hinder the movement. Like more droids. Yeah, they didn't show off any droids, have they? Not for a while. But yeah, they haven't. I'm trying to think, is it 3PO? No. Last figure standing, no, he got eliminated. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the droids. They already have yellow. I don't like the already yellowed look that much. Oh, you don't? Okay. Yeah, they have a couple versions. I have a couple of versions of this guy, of this snowtrooper, and he's super yellow, like pea yellow. Not cool. It's nice though. I guess it doesn't look like it goes much higher than the boot right there. It looks like it's below the knee. So, and I know in the other figure it did go all the way up to the thigh. So maybe it won't bug you that much. It's weird. Right here it looks dirty, but in those other pictures it looks like when you back out it does look a little more yellow like this one. That looks a little more yellow to me. The Jedi instructor, yeah, you're right. What was his name? Oh, I forgot his name. Yeah, and he's not bad. That's a pretty good figure. That's a pretty good figure. The Droid Factory series, yeah, those are good too. I haven't got too many. I haven't got too many because you usually have to get those from the Disney store, right? And I haven't placed an order with them for quite a while. But yeah, they've been doing a lot. I saw, don't they have the holiday droids out right now? The holiday Astromechs, I think. I think I saw Yakface post something about that. We could take a look at that when we get through here. But yeah, I think it's a great pick. A great pick for Army Builder. Um, gonna grab this one. Definitely gonna grab it. Hu Yang. There you go. Hu Yang. Yeah, I was gonna say Hondo, and I'm like, no, that's somebody else. That's the pirate. Um, I like the Droid Factory, but we never get them. Yeah, I think they're special to Disney, the Disney parks, right, and the Disney store. Um, but they're usually about the same price though. There's not any discount, or they're not even more expensive. They're about the same from what I remember. All right, let's look at this guy. So it looked like someone on Instagram already found this guy in the wild. Um, I don't know how to say that name. I've never heard it pronounced yet. Jod Na Nawood. Not sure what that. He's kind of mysterious right now because the show's not out. But he looks pretty good. The likeness looks pretty good. Um, it's like he comes with like a pirate musket head covering. Um, does look like the jacket though. It's probably going to hinder him sitting down or anything like that. Um, going off the photos. But he looks pretty good. Good likeness. Yeah, pretty good likeness. Yeah. Just got a complete purple astromech from the Droid Factory. For like $3. Ooh, that's a good deal. Whoops, that's a really good deal. Um, but yeah, this guy looks pretty good. It's like he's got some metal clasps or something here. Filigree around the cuff of the sleeves, the pockets, workable holster. Looks a little bit to me like um, the Cassian figure from the Rogue One that we got. Jacket's a little longer, I think, though. It's just hard to tell, you don't know the character, but the figure looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Two accessories. I'll definitely be grabbing this guy. I'll definitely be grabbing this guy. Um, Dr. Ezavon. This is the only one I think I'm going to pass on. I do have a couple of these guys, and I know it's a new card back, and I guess they're reprinting the face with the face print technology. But I think this is the one I'm going to have to pass on. Yeah, he does. That's a good point. He does look like Star-Lord, huh? That jacket. You're right. He looks like Star-Lord from the first movie, huh? The first Guardians movie. I didn't think about that. You're right. He does. But I think I'm going to pass on the Dr. Ezavon. I've got two of them. Actually, I think I have three. And it's a good figure. With the Cantina coming, this is one that you'll want. I'm assuming Ponda Baba will be next. If they're going to do Dr. Ezavon, they should do Ponda Baba. But I get a lot of stuff and I can't get everything, and I already have a couple of these, so I think this is a pass for me. Does look pretty good though. I do like this card. Um, I don't. It's one of those things. because this isn't like a real person, or is it? It is. But I was thinking, is the face print technology, can it be that much better? It's a character, in makeup, prosthetic probably. Um, I'm passing, but still, it's a solid figure. I think if they would have redone the hips and gave him the brand new hips and the more of the bells and whistles, the rocker ankles and stuff like that, I'd probably grab it. But there's not enough newness for me here to justify 17 bucks because that's about what they are now, 17, 18 bucks. Um, so it's a pass for me. It's a pass. No, I haven't. I have not read his background story. Did he hurt himself? Is that why his face is all mangled, or is that just is that just his species? Yeah, he's an ugly SOB, isn't he? I can't justify buying another one. And I'm not a completionist. I know that a lot of people like me would probably go, well, I already have them, but then they change the card back. And I know that just changing the card back will pull in, a huge amount of guys that do the mint on card. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's what I thought. But when you said mad scientist, I thought maybe he hurt himself in an experiment. Something exploded in his face. Um, 31. Wow. Wow, that's a lot. That is a lot. 31 for one figure. Wow. Wow. Sorry, man. That's tough. Yeah, I would definitely pass on this guy if you already have him. But, those completionists, that's what they do just enough. I think if they just would have, and I bet you they learned this from some of the other times that they reissued figures, that they didn't change the card back. So a lot of people just passed. And so this time they said, well, we're going to update the face and the card. So then it becomes like a variant. Um, because I'd be interested, and I didn't see this. If one of you know, did they change the number? Because that's another way they try to get the mint on card guys. The first figure was number 6, and now this one's going to be number 10. So you're like, well, if you're keeping all of them, if you're buying all the numbers, you're going to have to get it. But if they left the number the same and they didn't change the card back, you probably would pass, right? There's just so many ways that they try to pull you in. He did medical experiments. Yeah. Oh, in Mexico. Okay. Yeah, that's tough. 31's tough. But yeah, I think this is definitely a pass for me. But it's a good figure, though. Don't get me wrong. It's a good figure. And if this is your first time getting him, I would get him. I would get him. He's a great background character. And I have used him as more of like in a gang. Like I have him and a couple other guys that I put as like a group. Um, and they're like in the lore we had, they were selling death sticks. They were selling death sticks and like spice. Um, okay, so this is more Black Series here. I think that was about it for us in this. This is one I wish we could have got this guy. Black Series, man. We get the creatures, but they sometimes they get the figures, and this guy looks awesome. I noticed too again in the Jude Law character and this guy, they seem to have gone to this sort of musket pirate gun, Star Wars pirate gun. I like it. I like it. I know. I really want this wolf too. I really want this wolf too. The stores putting a markup on it. Yeah. Yeah. They want to cut. They definitely want to cut. But yeah, I wish this guy, I didn't watch much of the rest of the New York Comic Con stuff, but when they did the Star Wars, they did it all at once. And she kind of jumped, I think, right? She went from Black Series to vintage. So I watched the whole Star Wars thing. I saw this guy and I thought this guy might be the best of the bunch. So what's his name? Brutus. Yeah, he looks pretty good. Maybe we'll get him, maybe not. Like You mentioned earlier, Sentinel, we still haven't got um, Balin. We still haven't got the bad guys from Soka yet, but they're on the way. At least that's what they tell us. Okay, let's see. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the Boss Fight Studio announcing that we've got another hero hack finally. Seemed out of the blue. I don't know if it was the last live, the only other live I did, or one of the videos, maybe my haul video. I was questioning, where are the hero hacks? Where'd they go? They just seem to disappear. After the last, um, what was it? The last Zoro, the Gay Blade, the Pirate Phantom, and the Pirate Phantom, there really wasn't any more hero hacks, and that was over a year ago. And then they said, here's a hero hack. And it's a new line, our new property. So I'm excited. I'm glad. I always wanted this figure. There's been a lot of Red Sonjas, right, over the years, but never at 118 that I know of. And Boss Fight Studio is, if it was going to go to someone, I kind of would want it to be them. I'd want it to be them. So this figure looks really good. I did pre-order this one off of Big Bad here, and looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. You get the sword, the long sword, the short sword, and axe. 2 heads. Looks like her belt and scabbard. It looks like the scabbard connects to the belt. In this photo, it looks like it does. So you got a second one. Second set of open and maybe like a grasping hand. I think the head sculpts look really good. This figure looks, I think this is a solid figure. Yeah, perfect. I think so. I think at our scale, this is about as good as it gets. Looks like she does have a thigh swivel. I'm not sure. Does she have a bicep swivel? I don't think she has a bicep swivel. Maybe that's the one thing there, but it's hard to tell. No, I don't think she does. But that's okay. That's okay. I don't know enough about Red Sonja. I don't think. I'll tell you when I get her. I'll check for you. I'll check for you, Sentinel. I don't know. It's hard. It kind of maybe right above the chainmail there. Maybe there's something there. Oh no, maybe not. That's just flesh, huh? Yeah, I don't know. I hope she does. But this looks like a really good figure. I was gonna say though, I don't know anything about Red Sonja really, except who she is, and like who does she fight, and who are the bad guys, and does she have a sidekick, or will Boss Fight make any more? Because it's like Zoro, they only made Zoro and the girl. Flash Gordon, they actually made, Ming, what, 3 or 4 different versions of Zoro and Baron. They made the guy in green, who's a good figure too, the Robin Hood looking guy. Flash Gordon, what was I going to say? Yeah, Flash Gordon, they did Ming. Phantom, they only did the Phantoms and the Pirate. That one-off Pirate did like 5 different versions of Phantom and the Pirate. No, we don't get enough. They are very good weapons. Yeah, that alternate head, that looks really good, doesn't it? The screaming head. Yeah, that looks really good. Same universe as Conan. I don't know. I don't know too much about. I know more. I've seen the Conan movies. It's been a while, but I've never read a Red Sonja comic or seen anything on her. But I know who she is just from pop culture. So hopefully they'll do some more. It's not a one-off. This just seemed random, it just, here's a hero hack, here's Red Sonja. I love it, I'm not downing it. In fact, I'm happy for it, but it's just so random. And I was just wondering, where are the hero hacks? Where have they gone? Um, because unless it's a Q&A, Boss Fight never really says they don't have a license anymore. When they do a Q&A and someone goes, "Where's the Bucky O'Hares? Where's the Bucky O'Hares?" They go, "You know what? We're not doing Bucky O'Hare anymore. We no longer have the license." They'll tell you, but they won't put it out on their Facebook, which is their prerogative. That, hey, we don't have Flash Gordon anymore. We don't have Zorro. Um, but you have to have the brand to hero. The whole point of hero hacks is, they're heroes, other IPs. History Comic Comics, Marvel ones, and Black and White. Oh, really? Okay, so she must be in the same universe. You're right. Okay, yeah, both of you. Yeah, Jeff too. So yeah, maybe that means Conan. I know that Super 7 has been doing the reaction Conans and the Ultimate Conans, and I think they just announced like a Motu, like a Masters of the Universe style Conan. So I'm wondering if they have the license to Conan at this scale, because I haven't seen anyone do a 118 Conan either. It's a good question. But this figure works perfect with the other Vitruvian hacks, the orcs and all of the fantasy stuff, the knights and the magicians and the all those things. So this was a good pickup for them. And it makes sense because they did do the 112 scale one, right? They also did a 112 scale one. So they must have had the license to both scales. But I did pre-order this. This looks like an awesome figure. Um, Q2 of 25. So we've still got a ways to go. Um, I did pre-order her off of Big Bad though, just for the same reason that they won't charge me until it actually shows up. I can always cancel it if I need to. Um, but I did grab this one. This was a buy for me. Excited for this one. Looks really good. Looks really good. Yeah, if she's anything, I'm guessing, I'm going out on a limb here. I'm wondering if a lot of this buck is reuse from the Athena because she is very muscular, but she's like athletic. And that Athena figure that just came out with that last wave of the anniversary of Vitruvian hacks, she seems to have a little bit of it, but all new accessories, all new boots, new hands, new forearms, new head, new armor. But I'm sure there's something in here. Um, but that figure was really, really good. Really good, the Athena. So I'm assuming this will be just as good or better. But that's a good figure. Are you guys gonna get this one? You interested at all? Because like I said, I don't know anything about Red Sonja, like the lore or anything, but this figure looks great. It's a pickup, easy pickup. Red, you're right, splits off. Oh, okay. Oh, so don't expect a Conan. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I see her comic books, whenever I go down to the comic book store. She's still running strong. That one the Athena Sentinel. You're talking about the Athena? Yeah, it's a good one. It's really good. All right. Let's see. What did I have here? Hard to get here. Maybe if I see her. Oh yeah, yeah. AliExpress. I do see a lot of boss fights on the AliExpress. I do. I do. Oh, Red Sonja. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You got a lot of time. It says quarter two. So that would be what, March, April, May next year. Yeah. Solid figure. Let's look. Let's see. Let's go to here. Jeff, I think you're still here. I can't really see who's here right now. But Dime Novel Legends, we talked about this the last stream, and it funded. It funded in one day. So, exciting news. Shout out to Jeff. I mentioned him, or I messaged him on Instagram before it went live. Him and I had been talking about this, and He was quite bullish on the Dime Novel Legends funding, and I thought it would fund at 75. I did think it would fund, but I had no idea it would already get this high this fast. So shout out to Jeff. He called it. It funded in one day, and it's already up to 123 now. A lot of unlocks. I did back it. I did back it, so I am in here for a couple horses and a couple figures. Let's take a look at what's unlocked so far. It's going strong. Yep. So you get a free figure if you back something. If you I think, what is it? If you do the $50 minimum, they throw in this figure for you. And this figure looks great. This looks like a really good figure. Walks two worlds. That's what they're calling him. It's like a Native American guy. Colors look great on him. Looks like he comes with a rifle, tomahawk, and knife. I'm guessing, like most of these figures, that handkerchief here will be removable. Looks like a solid figure. 28 goes. I hope so. I hope it does. Yeah, 28 days to go. I hope it doubles. So free figure if you back at least at the minimum. I think it's 50. That's my selection here. I did put a little bit more, to just like they mentioned, so you get the add-ons and stuff. But I think if you pledge the $50, you're guaranteed at least a horse and a figure. And their figures, what do they run? They're about 28, $30. So it's almost like a free $30 figure. Good deal. So there's the first horse. He was in with this saddle. Let's take a look at we'll skip a little bit the add-ons here because we'll talk about those in a sec. I did add this guy and the red guy, this guy here. Those are these two here on the right are the two that I'm after. But let's see what unlocked. So we've got, what is he calling this guy? Cinnamon. So Cinnamon has unlocked. Yeah, me too. The head is awesome. Oh, he's available too as an add-on now. Okay. So you can get more of them. Yeah, you could have a little raiding party of those guys. So we've got Cinnamon here. Cinnamon's unlocked. Looks great. I mentioned this to in those, a couple of you guys that we've been on the live streams on Instagram. I'm really curious to see how Chicken Fried Toys has engineered this horse, almost just out of curiosity, because I love to see how different companies solve the same problem in a different way. And we've got the horses from Joy Toy, we've got the horses from Boss Fight Studios, and now here's another one. And there's like 10 different ways to solve the same problem. So I'm really curious to get one of these horses in hand just to kind of see the articulation and the plastic and what they've done with it. Almost out of a curiosity, as much as I just want a horse, I just want another horse. I'm really curious to see how it will stack up and feel with those other brands. It's really you don't always get like an apples to apples type comparison, but a horse is a horse, a horse, right? So it should just be a horse, just like the other horses. So it should be a very easy comparison. So I'm really curious to see, what they've done here. It's a little hard to tell in the renderings, but yeah, I'm interested. I did get the Joy Toy horses. I like the Boss Fight ones a little bit better. I did do a video on the channel, and I compared the two horses, and I also have a McFarlane horse from the Prince of Persia line. It's really old, and so I actually compare the three of those together. I preferred the Boss Fight Studio, and this one looks, I think, visually to me, it's hard to tell. They're just pictures. This one looks a little bit more like the Boss Fight horse, where the Joy Toy one had so much articulation, and it had like plates that kind of float over the body, and you can kind of see through it. It was cool. It was good horse, but I like the Boss Fight one better. Have cinnamon toast and crunch. Yeah, they should, huh? These will be smaller than the boss fight horses. Apparently, war horses antiquity were huge. Oh, okay. When the Old West, they were smaller and leaner. Okay. That makes sense. Different breeds of horses. Yeah, that makes sense. And they were called the war horse. And I assume you're right. They would have been from Asia, like the steeps, right? Um, so yeah, I can't quite remember when I put them together if that warhorse was much bigger than the boss fight, but I think it was. I think it was. All right, so we unlocked this Cobra head back, couple handkerchiefs, couple heads, um, brown gloved hands, couple different pairs, 3 pairs. The Banshee, the all white horse. Which horse color? I actually like this first one. I think I'm going for the first horse. Um, what did he call her? Forgot her name. Blueberry. I think I'm gonna try to grab a blueberry, either 2 blueberries or a blueberry and is it the butterscotch, the one that's about to unlock, hopefully, or cinnamon, one of the brown horses. I think those are the ones that I don't think I'll get the white horse. I don't think so. Looks good though. It looks good though. Yeah, yeah, the blueberry. Death horse. No, I haven't seen that. I have not seen that. The Death Horse? No, I haven't seen that. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with that game either. Darksiders game, but it's bigger, huh? Maybe we can look at it here when we get through here. I would like to see it. Unlocked here, Native American blanket with rope halter. This would go good with the free figure. And it looks like we're really close here to the butterscotch. Just a couple thousand away. Yeah, Blueberry. You like her too. Yeah. She looks good. Yeah. She comes with a cantina. It's like a rope and a rifle holster. Yeah, so butterscotch here. It looks like it's going to get there. A lot of days to go. Any predictions on how high can we go with this? Um, like I mentioned, I'm surprised at how high it already is. Um, but these things tend, from what I've seen and the ones that I've participated in, once they fund and people realize they're going to fund, it actually sometimes will go a lot faster once people know that it's really going to happen. It's not just some kind of a theoretical 150. That would be cool. Let's see if we get to one. Let's see what 150 would get us. So there's 25, 30. What's that? 35, 40. Oh, wow. 50 could get us that one. I might get I might have to get the blueberry in this one. You can find it as Demon Flame Studio Horse. Okay. I will open another tab and try to do that. 185 is an homage to Ron Rudat, one of the key creators of G.I. Joe. Okay. I did see that figure, yeah. Look at there's another one. It's Chips. Man, there's a lot of good stuff in here. So there he is. Yeah, that looks like a good figure too. It's Sword, Blue Stick. This was the one that I was kind of most wanting. I don't know if we'll get it. This guy here with the cannonball, Jezebel. Yeah, B5. That would be nice. I know the chicken fry guys, it's a good win for them. It's a good win for them. And they deserve it. They put a lot of, this is their passion project. It's like, Jeff, it's like two guys, right? Really, it's like two or three guys, or two guys and their families kind of doing it. Um, it's a good win for them. I'm happy for them. I hope it does keep going. I was, I was thinking it would get to 75, but I didn't think it'd get this high. So now the sky's the limit. Um, definitely, definitely in it. I hope it keeps going. You know, I think there's enough days left here. I think I'm gonna try to do this every other Sunday, kind of like I was doing on Instagram. So I think if we come back in 2 weeks, this should still be going, right? It'll right be at the end. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll check in on this in a couple weeks and we'll see where we're at and speculate some more. Two guys, yeah, by one of them. Yeah. So this is a big win for them. This is a big win. Good for them. Happy for them. While I was looking at this, the Kickstarter and the algorithm, right? They start to show you other stuff. Chicken Fried Toys is the last 118, only American indie company left. So, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I agree with that. Yeah. Definitely. Um, but I noticed maybe just yesterday or 2 days ago. No, maybe it was last night. No, maybe Friday night. Um, Kickstarter showed me another Kickstarter. So I don't think this one's well known. Um, but I backed it. It is for this Shield of the Interceptor 118 action figure. I'm not familiar with this character. Again, this is like an independent toy company. There's a lot of time left on the Kickstarter. His goal is only 43, but it is a 118 scale action figure and some kind of a superhero. I don't know if you guys are familiar. Have you guys ever heard of this guy? I don't know. His Shield of the Interceptor. Never seen the comic book. Unstoppable Comics. I'm not familiar with that company. Um, but I thought, you know what? Give him a try. Maybe one of the Comics Gate guys could be, huh? I haven't watched them for a long time. Yeah, JD Rosario. Not familiar with him. It says he's created 27 projects back to 82. But what got me, because I looked at it, I said, okay, it looks pretty good. I'll back it. He explained to your why 118. But I liked his little thing here. He says, space, I've run out of it. I'm still collecting toys today. I've run out of space. There's something about having a smaller action figure and being able to build a world around it. And you have a lot more space to grow with it. I'm not knocking the 112 scale, but for now, let me try and make something cool and save space more for my shelf. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So here's the figure. There's two of them. There's a blue one and there's a black one. And he does go through the articulation here. It looks pretty good. He's got a hinge at the wrist. This picture, when I saw this, I thought, you know what? Okay, yeah, I think I'm in. He scales it with some of the other lines. You got Marvel Universe here, the Psychotoys Sectar. I think this is an old O-ring Street Fighter, and this is a 5-inch Power Stars. I forget the name. But he looks to be great scale, and he's just a superhero. He's just a guy with a shield. Um, Looks good. It looks good, and I haven't heard too many people talking about it. I don't think it's really been known or publicized. So I did go ahead and I do have a Twitter account that I've only tweeted like 3 or 4 times ever before, but I did tweet this guy out. I meant to do a something on here on YouTube and like put out a thing that, hey, there's another 118 Kickstarter, kind of like I did with those beards those little dwarf guys, just to kind of get eyes on it. Um, I don't, I want to be optimistic. I don't think this is going to fund. But part of the problem is I don't think a lot of people know about it. So this is my sort of me letting you guys know if you're interested, um, to help him out, just like Chicken Fried Toys, but obviously much, much smaller. Um, Tough to fund. There's not much to give it up juice. No. Yeah, no, there's not. And he has a couple add-ons like t-shirts, um, trading cards, comic books. So I think I don't think it's gonna fund, right? But I still backed it and I hope it does fund and by telling you guys, maybe you'll tell someone, maybe they'll tell someone, maybe someone will fund it. It's not that much. His goal, if I think it's 45,000. So just letting you guys know, I saw this, I was curious about it. It looks pretty good. Um, you know, it never hurts to have another 118 action figure, in the mix. Because you know how it is. A lot of times, if they're successful on one, they'll try another one, or it might even create a line. Whoever the bad guy, the antagonist is in this comic, maybe that's the next figure if he can fund one. So that's my spiel. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good too. Um, it reminds me. He has it next to this Captain America here, and that's what it kind of reminds me of. Um, the articulation, because I don't think it has a hip swivel or a bicep swivel, but it does have a hinge at the wrist. And he has kind of the classic ankle swivel ankle up and down diaphragm cut. Oh, maybe. Yeah, he could be, huh? He could be. Yeah, I didn't totally read his whole bio here. See, I'm not familiar with any of these comic books here. Yeah, but I thought, 45, it seems doable. So I backed it enough to get both the blue and the black. If it funds, I get the blue and the black guy, and I think the cards or a t-shirt, if it funds, right? If it doesn't fund, it's free. You don't pay anything. Um, but I thought 43,000. So that seems doable. He's got a lot of time left. I just don't think a lot of people know about it. So this was my chance to kind of help him out. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I like the character. He looks pretty cool. I like his design. Um, but yeah, it reminds me of an older Marvel Universe figure. All right. So I told you about that. Let's see. So I saw on Toy Arc. I've mentioned this before. I'm in and any of you guys can join it. There's if you create an account on Toy Arc, they have the different forums where people talk, and you can chat. So I've been a part of the DC 3.75-inch chat group, whatever. I don't even know what forum for many, many years, like back to the Mattel DC multiverse when they were 3.75 118 scale guys before they lost the license and everything. And they guys on there, we were always posting the DC stuff. Someone posted on there that they found the second wave of the F5 3.7 118 scale model DC figures. So I thought I would share that with you. I haven't seen these on Instagram or anything, but I found them, in this group. So I thought I would share them with you guys. Looks like 3 different versions of Batman. It looks like the Ben Affleck one, the Dark Knight, forget his name now, Christian Bale. I'm not sure what the blue one is from. Apparently they're all from the game. They're skins from the game, right? But that one definitely looks like Affleck and Bale. I love the blue one. And now a Joker. Now, I did buy the whole wave of the first F5 figures, and I didn't really like them. to be honest, because they're models and you put them together and they just didn't like move the way I liked. And they kind of fell apart a little bit. In fact, I didn't even open all of them. I still have them. Um, but they're good. I mean, and you know, that everything that I like, not everyone's gonna like, or the other way around. So I wanted to show these to you guys because you might like them. And I haven't seen anyone else talk about them yet, but it looks like they're going to be coming soon. I did get mine off of AliExpress, and some of them were, if you bought them in a blind box without knowing what they were, sometimes they were as low as like $4 a piece. If you wanted to pick which one it was, um, a lot of times they were like 8, 9, $10 a piece. But if you wanted a straight blind box, you didn't care which one you got. I found some sellers on AliExpress like $3.99. Um, but you also could just buy the whole wave if you wanted one of everything. But these ones look pretty good. Um, you know, not totally my thing. Because I was a little disappointed in the other ones, but I definitely like this blue one. You like that one too, Sentinel? It looks really good. It looks really good. I like the more modern Batman, but this one looks really good. Um, and if you don't mind putting them together, I thought too that the F5 figures, if you're a customizer and you just wanted parts, you know, you want a Batman chest or a Batman head, um, this is the way to go because you could glue it together. You could, you know, put other legs and, you know, this is like a customizer's dream to get Batman or Red Hood or you know, any of the other characters in parts and pieces, and you can assemble them the way you want, or you know, add them to other lines. But this looks like a pretty good wave. It's only 4 figures. I'm not sure if this is the full wave. This is only what the guy, I think his name is Spectre. Um, he originally posted this, I think. I'm going to give him credit, but if you go to the DC 3.75 appreciation thread, you'll find me on there in this group. Anyone could be in the group. You just post to it. There's all kinds of different threads. If you don't know this, you probably do if you're here. But on ToyArk, um, you know, you create an account. And so I've been chatting on and off with these different people for years, but they usually post, hey, you know, I found this DC set on Amazon. Here's the link. You know, letting guys know that things are on sale or I'm finding this at this store. So it's just a, you know, I think some of you guys do the same thing on Facebook, but this is a much smaller group. And you have to go to it to find it. So it's not sort of out there in the open. But yeah, 4 new F5 Batman Arkham Knight figures. Yeah, Arkham Knight. Joker this time. So yeah, that looks pretty good. Harley would have been cool. Would have increased the sales, definitely. Yeah, definitely. She's one of the most popular characters. But yeah, it's funny you said about this blue and gray one because that was the thing I thought, man, I didn't really like these figures that much, but I want this one. I want this blue one. Might have to do it. No Lady Gaga. No, no singing Joker. All right, so that's going to take me to my last tab here, and then we'll go back and try to find that other horse. So we talked about this last week. McFarlane showed off more of these Lord of the Rings figures. Have to admit, guys, I'm a little disappointed. I saw they're $20 a figure, and they did. I think this one we weren't able to see this one last week. So this one I think is newer. He looks like a cool little army builder. I'm just, you know, not a lot of articulation, and they're at $20 a pop. So I don't think, you know, it's worth it for me. I know last week I was like, you know, this might be some good custom fodder, some weapons, some heads. The Build-A-Figure does look good. Even with the limit articulation on such a big guy, it looks good, but I don't think at 20 bucks a figure. Yeah, with articulation, I think I would do it. Um, but not with the limited. I think it said 6 points. Remember, it said 6 points of articulation. We were trying to figure out where that sixth point was, if it was in the waist. Um, but they did show off this, and I have to admit, this thing looks pretty good from this angle and how big it is. And I guess it's cardboard, right? The peg warmers. I think it will. I think they will be at $20. I think they will be because they've got, with the 6 points, that's less articulation than even the Spin Master stuff or the Marvel Epic Heroes. And if you don't even think that far back, remember the Fortnite stuff were like super articulated and they weren't even 20 bucks. Um, yeah, 7 feet long. Yes, I guess from this rampart, is that right? I don't know my castle architecture. I think from this rampart to this one is 7 feet. Let's see if that picture's in here. Uh, yeah, right there. Oh, okay, it's from end to end. Yeah, 28 points, and those weren't even $20. So I don't think that line. I mean, I know there's some diehard, Lord of the Rings people, just like there's diehard Star Wars people that they'll probably get them anyways. But I can't. For me, 20 bucks a figure for those. And I want the build a figure. I think the build a figure looked the best. Just that big monster, but the Todd tax, it could be, huh? I mean, because he charges, I don't know what the 7-inch multiverse, I think they're 24 or 25 now. And they are super articulated and they come with the card, right? And usually an accessory and a stand. And then he's going to charge $20 for a 6-point 4-inch figure. So, hi Bjorn, welcome. Welcome to the party. So I don't know. I think I'm out, but maybe like Pinker said, maybe when they go to clearance, maybe that's when I jump in. Um, but if they have to go to clearance, I think it doesn't mean that the line is going to go far. And maybe it was not supposed to. Maybe it's one wave, a castle, and it's done. Um, but the castle does. I was going to say, the castle looks good, except and except I think once the figures are on it, the scale does look a little bit off. It's just not. It's 7 feet long, but it's just not big enough. But if it's that big, then it would probably be hundreds of dollars. So I get it, but it could be a really, really good shelf piece. Now, do you have a shelf that's 7 feet long? I don't. But as a static dio, and to set up a battle, that would be awesome. So, and I think what it says here in the description, let's look really quick. I think the castle is only 30 bucks. So this cardboard 7 foot long castle's 30 bucks. But the figures for one 4-inch figure is 20. So I might get the castle. I might. But I don't think I can grab the figures um at that price. Yeah, it says here retails $20 for a standard figure, but the castle is only 30. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Make that make sense. I know it's cardboard. I know it's cardboard and the figure's plastic, but how that like the Todd tax, how could he tax the figures at $20 a figure, 6 points of articulation, and then give you a 7 foot long cardboard castle for 30 for only $10 more? I don't know. I don't understand the economics of it. Um, but I did like this shot. That's why I said it looks a little the scale looks a little off, but it still looks really good, I have to admit. Um, it's just tall enough. It's just them standing on it, the top here, where I think the scale looks a little off. Um, and not so well-known characters. Yeah, brand new, right? It's pretty much like a brand new sub Lord of the Rings thing. I'm not a big Lord of the Rings person, I don't know. But I want this big guy. I want that big guy right there. But I can't buy, what is it, 5 figures? It's $100 just to get him, no way. No. But I think, I think this guy's pretty cool. I'm still kinda tempted to get this guy. It might be. I think you're right. It might be. Yeah, yeah. I am kinda tempted to this guy. He does look like he has some soft goods. Um, he does look like he has the waist swivel, but I don't think I can not at 20 bucks a pop. I don't think I can do it. Um, there's not enough meat on the bones for me. Yeah. If the show is really good, that could, I could be completely wrong. If it's an awesome show, that goes a long way. That goes a long way. If the media is better, than I think it could be or it will be, that could go a long way to selling these figures at 20 bucks. Camo Blaster, yeah, he could be, huh? He could be. Looks like he comes with the base of the monster too. But I do want that monster, but I'm probably gonna have to wait, see what happens. The castle looks pretty good. The scale, it's not the best scale, but like for a kid, it wouldn't matter at all. But for me, I'm an adult collector. I'm like, oh, it doesn't. They're a little bit too tall on the wall there. Um, but still, it still looks pretty good. And I still can't believe that it's only $30. But I should say too, and you guys might have too. Remember, Hasbro did the Solo, had a couple cardboard play sets that were like 3-story stack up, and I have those, and those were pretty good. Those were pretty fun. They did have a small like plastic part, like a fence that came with one of them, and I thought they were nice. It was a really hard, sturdy, laminated cardboard too. It was definitely worth it. Um, I know when you say cardboard, a lot of people think, "Oh, cardboard, like the box you get when you pre-order something from Amazon." No, this was like a really nice laminated cardboard, very sturdy. It was a quality cardboard. Wait for 'em to hit ollies. Yeah, I think so. I think so. So I think there's something here. Um, the other thing though is with these cardboards, Solo did cardboard dias. Yeah, they did. 2 of them. There was one of the Kessel Mine, and then there was one, the Kessel Mine one, and I can't remember what the second one was. But they were like 3 stories, double-sided. They came with a 5-point figure, um, but it was a good sturdy cardboard. I remember though my son didn't really care for them. I liked them more than he did. He was young at that time, and I had to set him up. That was what I was about to say was because they are cardboard, they usually come in a flat box, and you have to assemble them. And I can already imagine with this castle, you probably could, you know, take it apart when you're done, but because it's cardboard, it's not, I don't think those kind of things, the more you take them apart and you put them back and you take them apart and you put them back, they start to deteriorate the tabs and things. So it'd probably be best to put it together. That's it. In a perfect world, that's what you do. But this thing's 7 feet long. I don't know where you're going to put it and be able to leave it permanently. Um, but I think it looks good from afar. But when the figures are on it, it does look a little bit too small. Um, but it still looks pretty good. It still looks pretty good. I'm just so surprised about the price. I believe it did say that it's a Walmart exclusive, so you're only going to be able to find this at Walmart. And Walmart does do really good clearance, um, in-store clearance. It's harder to find it online, but it's possible. Colors on the bricks. Yeah, they did a good job. I think they did a good job. Yeah, they did just enough. They did just enough. I like it. I like this rock in the back. Looks like it's built right into the wall. It reminds me of is it the Two Towers? The Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers, that castle that's built into the mountain. And they had a long bridge that separated the castle from, it had a pit. Looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. All right, guys. So let's see. That was what I had to share today. Um, just a little bit over an hour. Okay. So I want to open it up. Let's see. What was that horse? Let's see if I can go back in the chat here and we could take a look at that horse that was mentioned. But it's open if there's something you guys want to talk about, because I didn't check, I didn't do all of the 118 news, just kind of the stuff that kind of popped out to me that I was interested in. So, that was it. I have the tab open here. I'm looking. So we did the Eagle Force Star Commander, the new stuff from Star Wars the Vintage Collection, New York Comic Con. We talked about the Red Sonja Hero Hack, the Dime Novel Legends Kickstarter. Um, I I I think I introduced you guys to the Shield of the Interceptor Kickstarter, the F5 Batman stuff, and then we finished with the McFarlane Lord of the Rings, I'll call it. Let's see, let me go back down here. This is Helm's Deep. Oh, okay. Demon Flame, there it is. Okay, let me look that up right now. Demon Flame. Demon Flame Studio. Ciders popped up. All right. Look for some images. Whoa, yeah, that looks crazy. I'm gonna share a screen. See if I can do this. Window, that one. Wow. So is that the horse you're talking about? That looks crazy. Okay, this figure. Yeah, I have seen some guys on Instagram talking about this figure, I think. Or was it on YouTube? This guy. Um, there's a figure of him, right? 1/12 scale. Yeah. You're right. That horse, because it's like a demon, that would fit a 1/18 scale figure. Wow. It's like a dead horse, huh? It does look great. Got like a evil spirit in him. Let's see, there was a better one right there. Oh, it doesn't want to get bigger for me. Oh, because it's Reddit. But yeah, that looks awesome. Wow. Yeah, that looks crazy. It's got like bell or bone saddle armor. It's about the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Okay. Yeah, that looks really good. Yeah, and that, even though it's 112, it probably would still work. Usually that 118, it can go up, but it's harder to go down. Um, I was talking again to Jeff about the Kickstarter for, we could look at that one too. The Kickstarter for the Zyka Toys, that spaceship, and it was 3.75, and I was just a little disappointed because some of those Fresh Monkey Fiction figures would look really good in that um spaceship, but it's 375 rather than 118, and it's hard to go down. This guy here, it's hard to go down in scale to get a 118 figure into a 375 inch. It's easier for a 375 inch to go into a 118. So I just wish that they would have done this at 118 rather than 375. Are you getting? Yes, I got those. I actually I got the first pack. I haven't got to it yet. I wanted to open it here on the channel. I did get it, and they had like a second wave with some females. I got the males. I didn't get the females. Um, but yes, I am getting those. I am getting those. I kind of had to pick between the uh, the battle for the stars because Joy Toy, they release so much stuff at once. I couldn't get it all, so I had to pick between the Romans or the battle for the stars stuff. Um, and I picked the Romans. So yes, I did. I did grab the Romans. They look good fighting Red Sonja if I can get that Red Sonja Boss Fight Studio figure. Um, but yeah, this thing looks really good. I wish it was just a tad bigger, but I still can't afford it. I still can't afford it. In my mind, I tried to figure out how I could get it, but I can't. It's just too much. I know there's another version, right, on Big Bad that's kind of green and red. And man, that thing looks really good. I can't do it. Yeah, I can't get them all. I can't. If they would have only released the Battle for the Stars ones, I probably would have got them. But because they kind of timed it with the Roman ones, I kind of had to, go one way or the other. And though I chose to go with the Romans, um, hopefully those Battle for the Star figures will be around. Um, I don't think they will, but maybe they'll be around later on in the year or early next year. How's the spaceship? Let's take a look at that. I'm not sure. Once I have mentally decided that I wasn't going to back it, I stopped watching it. But I did see, like I mentioned, that a couple days after it kind of was going, Big Bad kind of picked it up and offered it on their site in a different version, color version, which makes it easier because of how you pay for it. Um, being you don't pay like the Kickstarter, you pay right when it ends, but Big Bad won't charge you until it comes, which is like in a year from now. But it's just so much money. I couldn't do it. So let's see. Let me see if I can find it really quick because I'm not sure it's funded yet. I'm not sure it's gone. I'm not sure it's gone through. But I feel like when Big Bad kind of gets behind one of them, like one of these toy guys, it usually pushes it over the top and it does fund. So let's see. I got a lot of tabs open. Let me kind of shorten it up here. Okay. Hold on one sec, guys. Have it bookmarked. There it is. And let's share my screen again. Well, it's all what is that? Almost 50%, no, 100 or 250. So it's not quite there yet. It's got a lot of time still to go, though, just about a month, 29 days. So it's going to get there. I don't remember, was there any unlocks or anything with this one? I don't think there was. Came with the astronauts. There was two versions, right? One had colored glass or something like that, and one didn't. Yeah, no, I think there's just two versions by Ramen Toys. Yeah, it didn't really have a lot. Whoops, didn't really have a lot of stuff, but the price, it's just too much. What was the base offering? Oh, okay, so you could just get the astronauts though, which look cool. So 50 bucks for four guys. That's not bad actually. That's not bad. Jeff, are you in for the astronauts? You got the helmet. You got I know you like the bubble helmet. I missed your last comment too up here. Let me go back. Most interesting recent wing teams was the red Sonia. Yeah. White one. Looks great. Battle for Stars. Those Zika astronauts were modern 4. Okay. So your pass. Okay. The O-ring. Yeah. That's the only thing. There you go. It goes from 50 to 329. It's quite a jump. Here's that green one. Yeah, I think this green one looks really cool. I like those colors, but it's 359. Oh man, I'm tempted. You know, if I had the extra money, I might try it, but it's a little bit too much. But yeah, 50 bucks for 4 figures is pretty good. Um, Comes with a stun gun and comm lock. Doesn't include shipping. October 25, so it's still a good year away, but they will charge you, in 29 days. So yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it. It does look good though. It looks really cool. If it was 118 instead of 375, and I could put some Eagle Force figures in there. I could put my Star Wars, my vintage collection. I guess I could put my vintage collection in there, huh? Because they're 375. Yeah. No, I'm trying to talk myself into it, but I can't. I can't. But it looks cool. It looks cool. I like the design of this. It's very of its time, with this sort of this like rigging on the top here. Kind of how the old space shuttles used to look, this sort of ladder. I like it. Looks good. And it's big. Just can't do it. Out of my price range. It is this time. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, so all right. Is there anything else, guys? I know I didn't get everything. I know I didn't. Um haven't seen, I don't do, if you're new here, I don't do Warhammer. So I know that it seems like every week there's new Joy Toy Warhammer stuff. Um, but I don't do Warhammer. Oh, you know what we could talk about is the uh the Ninja Turtles. Let's look at the Ninja Turtles. Um, these guys. What do you guys think of these, man? We didn't get to talk about these. I did grab these. Yes, I did get the turtles. That was the other thing. Can't get them all, so I did pick up these guys. My 4 turtles, they did come in. Haven't opened them yet. They're right over my shoulder here. Um, I do Warhammer for feel free. Feel free. Yeah, I can't do it. Yeah. Yeah, there's 2, right? There's 2 foot soldiers. Which one do you like better? There's this battle damaged head, and there's the cleaner version, and they come with different accessories, right? One comes with like more laser guns, and one comes with more bladed weapons. But I really like the Shredder, looks great. I am all in on these. I'm gonna try to get this line. I feel like these are going to be like not just great figures, but very collectible. Um, Very collectible figures. They're gonna be after these turtle guys. People just at our scale, guys that don't usually collect our scale. They're gonna be dipping in for this line, I think. They'll pass on the Battle for the Stars. They'll pass on, some of the other stuff, the Chang Hu stuff. But I think they're gonna be in on this. Yeah, I did get some Tau. That's right, I did. I did get the Tau, and I got 5 of the Astra Militarium guys, a squad of them, and I've been really keeping an eye on um, Gundam, because they've been clearancing a lot of the Astra Militarium guys. We'll go there. We'll go there. I'll show you guys some of the sale places that I go. Because I do get questions about that sometimes. Myra's, I can't wait. Bebop and Rocksteady. I know. I got them. I've gotten all the turtles so far, everything that they've offered. Um, and I did army build these foot soldiers a bit. I did grab a couple of both versions, both versions. So I'm really looking forward to these guys. But I think this is a highly collectible line, this turtle line, because they've never really been done. I mentioned um, long time ago, I was talking to Mark, World's Finest, who maybe he'll stop by here. And I remember telling him I remember being really disappointed as a kid because I played so much with Star Wars and GI Joe, and Turtles got really popular. And so, like for one Christmas, I got the four turtles. My mom got me the four turtles. I never had any of the other figures, just the four turtles. But I remember being disappointed because they weren't in scale with my my GI Joe and my Star Wars guys. They were more in scale with like my He-Man stuff, and I was kind of out of He-Man by then. I've always wanted the turtles at 118, and finally, it finally happened. I'm 45 years old now, and it finally happened. Um, so I'm excited for this line. But let's look. So one of the places that I like to go for clearance is Gundam or Gundamit.com, and they have they'll have this flash sale. So they have two. There's the Astra Militarium guy right there, um, and then I'll just kind of go down here and I'll oh, they're not doing it. And so sometimes it'll either say 118, there it is, or it'll say 4 inch, and I aggregate it like this, and then I check, and sometimes there's some really like that's actually a really good deal right there. $24 for this guy. They're usually 55. Yeah, that's about right. Half off, more than half off. I am army building these two guys here, but not at this price. A lot of times I was finding them on AliExpress for like 20 bucks. These two Nomad Wildcats. But I definitely want more of them, but not at this price. But I usually check this like once a week. I have this guy here and this guy here. These are part of the 40K stuff that I did buy. I usually just don't buy these kind of guys. Um, or, I guess I only buy the Tau and the Astra Militarum. Those are the two kind of groups that I have bought. Um, the Infinity line is cool too. Yeah. I tried to army build these Nomads. So I think I have like 7 of them. I think I have 8, but one of the females broke. Her ankle broke right out of the box. But I was finding them on AliExpress for like 20 bucks. So I started getting them. And then they got expensive again. And like this, they're saying they're clearance here, but that 36 bucks to me is not clearance. Even 30 is pretty tough for clearance. Oh, you got the wolf. Yeah, that wolf looks awesome. That wolf looks awesome. I like this guy too with the bird here. I'm tempted to get this guy. And this big guy right here, that's a really good price, I think, for this big monster right here, this Soro Expandatory Forces 9th. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Jeff. The last thing I saw was they did those yellow guys. We can look at them, and they did some sort of the bigger mechs, but they haven't done too many of the like the singles kind of smaller guys like this. But it has gone really quiet, really quiet. But like that Raven right here for 25 bucks. I think that's a really good price. Um, but I like this guy. I'm always a sucker for when they come with animals like that, like the wolf you were talking about. This guy has got this eagle or this falcon right there. I'm like, oh man, kind of want it just for that falcon, but I can't do it. Yeah, those yellow guys. I think they were the last kind of single figures to come out, and I think they came out right. I didn't get any, um, but I think they're already out, right? They weren't pre-ordered, or they were pre-ordered, but I think they've been released since then. But yeah, I like to check this, um, weekly. I mentioned several times they had the Joy Toy World War II figures on here, all of them at one time for like 13 bucks. So I started grabbing more of them and they're gone now. So they must have sold out. I only get one. I know. That's why I'm resisting the like this Raven guy looks really cool. And so does this guy with the bird. And even this big guy looks, I think that's a good price. $35, 36 for this big guy. I think Dom, right, at Toy Domination, I think he got this guy. He did something on it. I watched one of his videos and he had this guy, I think. And that's a good price, I think, for how big that is. I think that's actually it's 1/18 scale, but it's at least 6 or 7 inches tall. Um, and I do have this set here, and unfortunately, I think I might have paid more than that sale price there. Probably should have waited. But it's a good set though. The Gray Sister of Battle mech suit is awesome. Is that this one here? This girl? Or this one at the bottom? That one? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know too much. I have been watching a lot of 40K lore on YouTube, so it's feeding me a lot of stuff. So I've been watching a lot of the videos, just like narration of the stories. The bottom one, yeah, yeah, that looks pretty good. It's big. I just can't, it's not something for me. But wow, it's that price is right. 77. Dang. Yeah, that's still pretty expensive. 13%. That 13% is not quite as good as some of these over here. That one, 55%. Hit me with 55%. Oh, okay, they're still pre-ordered. So I like to check this one. So you guys might know this already though. I mean, I'm just kind of going through it. What was the other one that I like to check? I think it's Locker Toys, LT Cave. On sale. This one here, that tab right there on sale. And look, they got some pretty good deals here. I mean, Zombie, 15 bucks. This one right here, he's actually this one. He's in no this one. Yeah, he's in my basket. I haven't checked out this guy. This Dark Sources Jang Hu. It's only 20 bucks. These are really good, but 15 for these zombies, 15 or 20 for a boss fight studio figure. This elf girl. If you just wanted the buck, not bad. Not bad. It's pretty good for 20 bucks, I think. I don't know what you guys think. Everybody has different, I would say you have a different threshold of pain. Is 20 too much? Because I was saying, to me, that's why those McFarlane Lord of the Rings figures, they're 20 bucks, but there's 6 points of articulation. I'm looking at this kind of stuff on Locker Toys, and there's a boss fight studio elf here. Look at the poses you can get out of her and the accessories. She's 20 bucks. I mean, these zombies are 15. Oh, it's sold out. I should have done that in stock. There we go. Okay, so they got some water margin figures. Look, they got a couple Fortnite figures in here. Look, there's some the Joy Toy Army Builders are 15. I think they're usually 17. Okay, they have them for 20. I think I've seen them at 17 though. So 15's it's still a couple bucks. It's still a couple bucks less. Right? And if you buy a lot of stuff like I do, $2, $3, $4 here and there, it adds up. I do have this guy here. I do have this one. But again, $15 for a Boss Fight Studio Helios Warrior Army Builder. It's a good price. It's a good price, I think. But yeah, I like to check this one too. I do want that guy. Oh, is he sold out? Oh, he sold out, huh? Yeah, because I have this one. So I must have missed my chance. Oh, he did sell out. Darn it. So I have him in my basket. Right there. See my basket? Oh, he must have sold out. Well, there you go. See, I slept on it and I lost it. So there's that, and then another one that I like to look at is Cool Toys, and they have sale to pre-sale. So to me, this is the least of the three that I did. The other two, and then this one. Um, but these guys sell like individual like heads and swords and stuff, which the other ones don't sell, or I haven't seen at least. Like this, it's got a fist. Um, but let's see if I can filter this a little bit. And no. Well, if you pre-order from their site, it's usually a little bit less. So, like with those turtles when they came out, because they're not selling them here, have to go to one of these sites. I basically look at them on each one, and even if it's like 30 cents or 50 cents cheaper, that's the one I order from. Uh, so that's just what I do. They do have this custom. This is the thing I was thinking of. This custom pieces because these swords and things, if you collect like Masters of the Universe, um, like any of the Masters of the Universe stuff, I think these swords all fit because they're Warhammer. So the weapons fit in or yeah, like 112 scale. Have you used Pia Club? Yes, I do. I do use Pia Club all the time. But they don't, well, that's not true, right? Last year they had a huge sale. Let's see. Let me open it up right there. Look for these. Oh yeah, you're not supposed to see that. Um, how can I go in here? Let me stop sharing for a second. You can see my personal email. How do I get in here? Products. But yes, I use Pia Club all the time. Um, they did have a huge sale last year, and I did get in on it. Maybe they'll do it again this year. I remember though last year Jeff kind of said he had never really seen a sale like that before. I know he's been collecting Acid Rain and Poison Lion stuff a lot longer than I have, so I I defer to him. But it was a big sale. Just to add to your list, I had a good soon. Oh, okay. And Firefly on AliExpress. Yeah, I purchased from them too. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. No, they're cool. I don't know if I could pull up AliExpress on here. I think I could. But I usually do AliExpress on my phone. I have the app on my phone. I've never really used the desktop version, so it was unheard of. Yeah, it's hard to find on sale. Yeah. The Acid Rain group that I'm in, these guys, they're chomping at the bit for that Donovan figure that was shown off at the last toy show in Asia. I think it was at Hong Kong or Shanghai. I think it was Hong Kong. So these guys, they're checking this every day, um, looking for those exclusives because they have not come to Pia Club yet. Um, but yeah, I have passed on these two guys. I was lucky enough to grab these two ladies here. I did pass on these two guys, the pre-order, but I did pre-order this girl, and I think I passed on this girl too. I can't remember, but I know I definitely got this one. Um, I love the Annex stuff. I'm not watching The Penguin. That's on HBO, right? I don't think I have HBO anymore. I meant to get it. I had it last year, or I had it for the first season of The Dragons, the Game of Thrones, the new one. So I watched the first season of that, but I never got it for the second season. I meant to, but I just haven't got around to it yet. Yeah, I guess excuse me, I guess this one is Annex 2 or also, um, but I didn't order this one. But I definitely grabbed the girl, this one. She looks awesome. Yeah, I do use Pia Club. I probably have I still have a lot of pre-orders. Or do I? I think I only have a couple left. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait on her too. Yeah. She wasn't enough, because Pia Club, unlike Big Bad or um, they charge you right up front and they'll take the money and but I guess you could order her on Big Bad. You could pre-order them on Big Bad, but there's a little bit of a markup. So it's a little bit more expensive. But then you don't have to pay up front. So it costs you more, but it won't cost you till the day it ships. So there's that trade-off. I think the green one looks good. I just, it's one of those things, man. I can't have them all. I did like this one, this green girl. Shadowhand was saying she looked. One of my buddies on Instagram was saying she looked like she worked at Taco Bell because of her little hat. But I'll have you know, one of the first jobs I ever had was working at Taco Bell, and we didn't have this hat. We had a baseball cap. It was purple. Um, and they made me give the uniform back when I left. Um, but I think this one looks pretty good. I like this one more than the other one. More than the But yeah, I feel like I probably should have grabbed these two orange guys, but I didn't. Um, so love Taco Bell. Haven't been there in years, man. Haven't been there in years. Haven't bought fast food in a couple years now. It's really expensive. It's gotten really expensive. They're not really value meals anymore. I don't think so. But yeah, I'm tempted to get these two here, but no, I can't right now. I can't right now. But you're right, Jeff. Maybe this one because she's not selling it as much. This E12. Maybe she'll go to clearance. Maybe they'll do another clearance this Christmas. Um, I'll be on the lookout. Spread the word if you find out because I know the Acid Rain guys that I'm friends with. They're every day they want that Donovan figure really bad. I think Brian on Outer Multiverse in his last show he had John Reed on and they talked about the lore of that character. I think he's really sought after amongst the people that collect Acid Rain. But I think the design is so good, it's going to appeal to a lot of people that don't, that just want that guy. So I think it's going to make him even harder to get. He's already exclusive too. So Friends Happy Meal, you're 10 euros. They're crazy, huh? Friends Happy Meal. That's a new one. That's a new one. I don't know that one. What's 10 euros now? Is that like 20 bucks? It's more, right? The exchange rate's more. Stream. Oh wow, you got the book. I went to the site and went to check out the book, but the shipping was like 75 bucks, or maybe I might have read it wrong. It was so expensive. I just thought, no. I have a whole bookshelf over here of books, and I thought, it's too expensive. It did. It looked really big. It looked really heavy. It's like that big, right? It's like a couple inches thick. But, man, it looked like a really, really good book. It's like 12 bucks. Okay. Yeah. So you can almost get one of those Boss Fight Studios for that. I'm thinking in action figures, there's a $20 action figure. Because of the tax, 12 is probably 15 or 16. At least here. But yeah, that is that is the stuff that I have been looking at. Looking at the wrong screen here. There we go. But yeah, I don't know, guys. What do you think? A lot of good stuff. A lot of happenings. A lot of stuff coming out next year. It looks like, looks like there's going to be a lot to look forward to. Um, I'm waiting on my Ghost. Sounded like it's going to come in December from Hasbro. Um, Otherwise, those turtles. I'm really looking forward to those turtles, the foot soldiers and stuff. Um, that's funny. Maybe 1 inch thick. Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right, guys. So that's the stream. I went a lot longer than I thought. I was hoping I could go at least an hour. That was what I was hoping. I'm hoping to do these a little more regularly. I think I'm going to try for the every other Sunday again. This today I went a little bit earlier. I started at 5 instead of 6. Um, that was because my son was not here. We kind of swapped days this week, so he was here yesterday, so I could start earlier today. Usually he's here until 6, so that's when I would start at 6. But I think I'm going to try to do these every other Sunday, like before. And I think it's going to be kind of just like this. We're going to kind of go over the 118 kind of news that interests me, but there's always going to be time at the end for things that I've missed and or don't know about, or that maybe you just want to talk about. So that will be our opportunity to do that too. Um, so thank you. Thank you. I hope to pump out those videos. I mentioned in the beginning, if you missed the very first 5 minutes of this, I do have like 4 videos that are almost done. They're all in different stages. I just haven't had the time to finish them. The only video I really was able to do this last week or two was my Toy Pizza Knights of the Slice, Pirates of Dark Water, Ron. It's a really long name. I had it memorized. It took me a lot of takes to get that right. So if you haven't seen that video, please check it out. It's a really good figure. Um, I think you'll enjoy it. All right. So I think that's the end. Oh, you're on my. Yeah, yeah. And we can. He's older now. He's older. He's almost 15 now. So he kind of goes, "Can I just come Saturday or can I just come Sunday?" He kind of lets me know now. Um, so but yeah, that's I think that's the show. I think I need, a couple things I need. I need a name for our show and I need a consistent schedule. So hopefully I can work both of those out. I actually created like an intro video, but when you go live on here, it doesn't let you put it in there. So I think it's for people that have like StreamYard or something like that. So I'm going to look into that. I'm not quite sure if I'm there yet. Um, and the camera that I'm using is right off my laptop. And I think I want to get another camera, but I'm not quite there yet. Um, but we're getting closer. We're going to set some goals and we're going to try to come through on those goals here in the next year because the year's almost over. Christmas is around the corner, and there's usually a lot of toys out on the shelf around this time. So deals will be aplenty if you're there to get them. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Feel free to, message me if you ever want to talk on Instagram. The link to the Instagram is in the front page of this YouTube channel. Um, or leave a comment below if you're catching this on the replay and you want to chat about something, just let me know. All right, guys. Thank you. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Wish you the best too. Thanks, Pinker. Everybody who stopped by, thank you. I'll see you guys on the next one, hopefully in 2 weeks, but look for those videos to come out soon. All right. Bye.